Hi everybody, this is Lisa again. In this hour we are going to have a speaking class. This is a speaking practice class, and so this is a time for you to come and interact in English with me and the other students. I will ask you guys some questions, but also I like it if you ask some questions and you have some thoughts that you want to share with us. It's really just a time for everybody to talk. And so we can have up to 9 people in the Google Hangouts. And usually the way that we'll do it is take turns so we can hear each other speak. We can't all speak at the same time. So we'll just go back and forth and talk to each other. And I am going to ask you guys, if you have a reservation, go ahead and click on the blue button now. I started a little bit late just because I was finishing up my last class, which was a reading class. We were reading a movie review about Iron Man 3. So some people were interested in that topic, movies and action-adventure movies especially. So, hi there, Mon. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you doing today, teacher?
I'm doing well, thank you. Mon, are you from Vietnam?
Yes, I'm from Vietnam.
Okay.
How do you know? How do you know?
Oh, from your last name or your kin.
Oh,
I took a guess. Yeah.
all right.
Okay. And Real Bata, how are you doing?
Hi, my name is Ivan.
What is it?
Ivan.
Steven?
I'm just trying for the first time,
Okay.
and I would like to improve my English.
Wonderful.
Program.
Awesome. Okay, well, in this class, we're going to be talking to each other, so this will be a good practice for you to speak right now. And hi there, Robert. How are you doing? Can you hear me, Robert? Oh,
Yes.
Rob. Hi. How are you? Is your microphone muted?
Yeah, now it's ready.
No, it's ready. It's good. Okay. Okay, wonderful. So we have people coming in, and we're just going to see if we fill up here. We have 9 spots in the class, so we can have up to 9 people. I think we have 8, and now one more person is coming in. So I'm going to just say hi to everybody and welcome everybody. Sometimes some people who are coming in know each other, but because we have new people, I just want everybody to introduce yourself, say your name, and where you're from, and then we'll get into the discussion. In this hour, I don't have anything ready that we have to talk about, but I have lots of questions all the time that I love asking you guys because it's so interesting finding out about your lives and the things that you're interested in. So, but I want to also throw it out to you guys. If you have something on your minds today and you want to talk about it, and it's really great because what the speaking class is really for is to practice speaking in English. And the more topics we can cover, the better your vocabulary will be. So even if it's a little bit difficult and you have to make some mistakes or something, that's okay, because that's the way you're going to improve, and you're going to learn new vocabulary words by speaking about different topics. So we can talk about movies, we can talk about books, we can talk about the economy, we can talk about politics. It really doesn't matter to me because I like talking in general. So I'm open to talking about anything that we want to talk about tonight. The jobs, kids, families, things that are going on. So all of those topics are great things to help you practice speaking your English. Okay, so let's just start off with introductions. I will start first. My name is Lisa, and I am a verbling teacher, an English teacher. I live in Washington State in the United States of America. I'm originally from California, which is another state in the United States, and I grew up there, but I now live in Washington, which is a smaller state and has a lot less people than California. But I go back to California a lot because that is where all of my family still lives. All my parents, like my mom and my dad and my grandparents and cousins and my brother and stuff like that. So that's a little bit about me. And now I'm going to ask people to introduce themselves. I think Ansra's trying to get in. Sometimes in the beginning of class, people come in and go out. So we'll just see how it works out here. So Yada, how about you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Me?
No, Yada.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
My name is Yada. I'm from Mexico. I'm living in Jalapa, Veracruz. It's a state the town of Gulf of Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working for a magazine, Politician magazine, and I have 2 children.
What's the name of the magazine, Yada?
Fundamentos.
Fundamentos. Okay. Do you guys have an online version too? Yada.
Yeah.
Do you have an online version of the magazine too?
Yes, have a website.
Yeah.
Revistafundamentos.com.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up after class.
Yeah. What else? I'm back to the university last year, and I'm studying my bachelor degree in English.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. I didn't know that. Okay. Okay, let's see. Robert, why don't you introduce yourself?
Well, my name is Thor Vargas. I live in Montserrat. This is in Alajuela. And I'm 25 years old. I like to play soccer and I like to talk to my friends. That's a little bit about me, and that's something that I want to share with all of you.
Okay. Great. Okay, Ivan.
Hi, my name is Ivan. I'm a scientist computer, basically a programmer, and I need to improve my English for my professional life. And I'm from Brazil. I live in São Paulo City. It's a capital of São Paulo State. And I'm 26 years old.
Great. Well, welcome. Man, tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Minh Tien. I'm come from Vietnam, and I'm 20 years old, and now I am student in college, and I am studying chemistry. Teacher, I want to ask you a question. Okay?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Vietnam?
No, I have never been to Vietnam. I've never been to any Asian countries. I've only been to the other side, to Europe, and I've been to Mexico and Costa Rica, but I hope to go visit some Asian countries in the future. I've had quite a few students from Vietnam, and it looks very amazing. They've been showing me pictures and telling me about different places, and so yeah, it looks like a fun place to come and check out. Of course, the world is amazing. There's so many awesome places to go. So I hope to visit a lot more places when my kids grow up.
Yes, Vietnam is a place very awesome. Yes, in Vietnam, everything are very cheap. Yes,
Oh, cheap. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
That's
very
good.
cheap, and have so many places. Has so many beautiful places you
Yeah.
can visit. Yes,
And good food too, huh?
yes, good food. Yes.
Yeah. 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 Actually, in the United States right now, there are quite a few Vietnamese restaurants with pho, and it's very popular. The pho.
Mhm.
Is it pho or
Yeah.
pho? Pho.
Uh, phở, phở.
Pho. Pho.
Yes,
Okay.
phở.
Yeah. Pho. We say pho or pho. We don't know how to say it, but
Yes.
pho.
It look like me. Don't cannot speak some word in English, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so I'm very glad to join this class. Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Great.
Thank you very
Wonderful.
much.
Okay. So you say your name, Man. Is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
my
Man.
my
Man.
au- my
Man.
audience
Or
is
Tien.
also okay.
Oh, okay. Man Tien. Okay.
Yes.
And then right next to you we have Man. Torjuman. Man. Hi there.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Where are you connecting from?
I'm connecting from Saudi Arabia.
Okay. Yes. Good morning to you. It's good evening to me because it's a little bit after 9 o'clock p.m. for me, but you're early in the morning over there already.
Yes, it's
Wednesday.
like 7 a.m.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, welcome. So tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, my name is Man. I'm 22 years old. Um, I like to practice sports
Mm-hmm.
and like to read and watch movies on internet.
Mm-hmm. Good. Have you seen Iron Man 3?
Not yet, but I'm waiting for the free one.
Because we were just talking about it in the last class. We read a movie review about that movie, so that's why I'm asking you.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Julissa, you're back. All right. Staying up late.
Yes, just for today.
What time is it there?
It's not too late. It's 11:15.
Oh, okay. Not too bad. You don't have any kids, right?
No,
No,
that's
no
it.
kids. Okay, you're free. You're easy. All right, that's good. You can stay up late and not become exhausted. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
Julissa, tell us about you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Julissa. I'm connecting from Peru. I live in the city of Lima. At the moment, I'm working and trying to learn more about English because I would like to be an English teacher.
Hmm.
I hope.
Oh, I
Yes,
didn't know
would
that.
like.
Oh.
Yes, I would like to teach. I don't know, to kids or
Uh-huh.
adults. I hope so.
Yeah. Cool. So, have you been back to the jungle at all, or just in the
Yes,
city? Yeah, you went
yes,
again?
I'm here. No, I will go again. I think for 15. No, on May 15, maybe. Yes, we will go again.
Oh, okay. Cool. Take
Yeah.
some more pictures too.
Yeah,
I
the
want to
picture
see.
of the snake.
Yeah,
I
the
will take.
snake.
I
I
will
want to see
take.
the snake. Yeah, that's what I want to see, the snake. I was in the desert of Utah, the state of Utah, and I didn't see any snakes. So everybody's so worried when they go to the desert that they're going to get bit by a rattlesnake or something, but I didn't see any snakes. I kind of wanted to, but it's probably better not to see them. But we saw some scorpions and lizards and some sheep and deer and other kinds of animals, so that was fun. But snakes they're kind of fun to see, but not if they're
They
poisonous.
hide. Yeah, they hide somewhere.
Yeah, they're afraid of us anyway. So, Igor, how are you doing?
Yes, hi. I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. So tell us about you. I know some about you already, but some people don't.
Yeah, I'm Igor. I'm from Republic of Moldova, and it's all.
Okay, that's all you want to tell us right now. Okay, I'm gonna have to come back and ask you more questions then.
Yes.
Gassan. Okay, Gassan, you know the drill.
Yeah, you know, I'm just gonna say, yeah, I'm old. So, and
I'm Gassan and I'm old. He's not
yeah,
old.
and
I'm older than him.
yeah, I have 4 frogs in the yard. So those are my pets. They're very small, you know, like 1 inch frogs.
Tiny frogs, how do they live? It's so hot.
Yeah, they probably would die before they get, grow up or adult. But this year, I don't know why, we have a lot of frogs.
Really? Do they make
So
noise?
yeah, no, they're too small. I guess we
Oh,
don't
okay.
hear them.
Huh.
So we have frogs. Other things about me when I was young, I was watching a movie or a series called Commissioner um, Mordovan.
Uh-huh.
Commissioner Mordovan, and
Yeah.
he was like a James Bond of Moldova.
Oh, really?
So that's when I found there is a country named Moldova. It was like 20 years ago. I was a teenager and watching this Commissioner Moldova. He was the head of the police in Moldova, and he was like James Bond, killing everybody and beating everybody. And that was very nice, show.
Did he have a lot
That's
of
it.
women too? Like James
Women in
Bond?
the show?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he didn't. He was, he was handsome, supposed to be. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
remember exactly.
Yeah.
But I think he was mostly, the kind of guy who beats everybody up and,
I see. Yeah.
yeah.
Do you know about that,
Moldova,
Igor? Igor, does that ring a bell to you?
What? What movie?
The movie that he's talking about, the series? Say it again, Gassan. What's the name? Commissioner or something?
Commissioner, I just said it, Commissioner,
I know. I don't remember.
yeah.
Anyway.
No, I don't remember. 20 years,
Yeah, he's
maybe
young.
25 years ago, we was 20.
Oh, it was
25,
Commissioner
wasn't-
Moldovan.
Moldovan. Yeah, okay.
No, I don't remember such movie.
Okay.
First time I heard about this movie.
First time you heard about it? Okay.
See, I know more about your country than you do.
Was it really from his country or just somebody from another?
No, it was from Moldova. I'm sure about that.
Okay.
Can you post the link to this movie so
I will
we
try
can
to find
understand what you're talking about?
Yeah, I will try to find it if it's because if it's an American show, you could find it on IMDb site. But if it's from Moldova, it's probably you can't find any link for it. It's 20 years old, 25 years old.
On
Before the age,
Wikipedia, maybe
before
you
the
can find
internet.
Wikipedia.
Before
I will try.
long before the internet. Yes, I remember before the days before the internet. That's how old we are. Okay, Eric, how are you, Eric?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, Lisa, I'm fine. Thank you. I'm Eric, and I'm from Taiwan, and now I'm 26 years old. Well, I didn't see Iron Man 3, but I'm excited to see that.
Did you see Iron Man 1 or 2?
Yeah, I saw Iron Man 1 and 2, and
Oh,
that's
okay.
really awesome. And
Yeah.
I just want to find someone to go with me see the Iron Man 3.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, just put it out on, you have Facebook or something? I'm sure
Yes.
you can find somebody.
Yeah.
Invite all your friends. Let's go see Iron Man 3.
Yeah. But I remember that I see the Avenger before. It's
The Avengers,
a
yeah.
role inside the Iron Man. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have never seen those movies, none of the Iron Man movies or the Avengers, but my sons have seen them. I think it's very popular type of movie for guys.
Yeah.
Action and
Yeah.
fighting,
Fighting, really.
superheroes, yeah. Yeah, cool. So when the movies come out in Taiwan,
Yeah.
do you watch them in English or in Chinese?
Well, if we went to the movie and we have to see the movie with subtitle in English and Chinese. It's double subtitle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
but you hear it in English?
Yeah, we hear in
Oh, okay.
English.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can read it or listen to it, or you can do all kinds of things.
Yes, yes. But I prefer hide the subtitle in Chinese since I would like to train my listening ability and
Sure.
reading.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great. That's a good opportunity. Okay,
yeah.
great. Okay, we had one person dropped out, Yada. Maybe she had to go to bed or lost her connection. And now we have somebody, hi there, from, looks like Russia maybe. It's Russian, but I don't know how to say it. So, how do you say
Artyom.
your name?
Artyom.
Artyom?
Да. Yes, his name is Artyom.
Artyom. Artyom. Are you there?
Artyom.
Artyom. Artyom. Okay, I'm trying. Artyom. Hi, Artyom.
Can you listen to me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I repeat this.
So we are just introducing ourselves to start. So tell us a little bit about you, your name, and where you're from, and what you do.
I get it. I'm from Ukraine. My name is Artyom. At the moment, I at the work, and this is my first class with verbling.
Oh, great. Okay, welcome. Well, in this hour, we're going to be we're just talking, so it's just a class where everybody gets a chance to speak some English. So we've been just talking a little bit about everybody introduce themselves, and we were talking a little bit about Iron Man 3, just because in my last class we read a review about it and how wonderful it is. But it makes me, I'm curious about in everybody's countries, because I know that American movies are very popular around the world, but and a lot of people watch movies for free on the internet, either through like a torrent or something like that. But what I'm curious about is when you go to the movies in your country, and it's an American movie, do you watch the movies in English or is it dubbed into your own language? So, how about you? In Ukraine, when you watch a movie, is it in English or do they dub it into Russian?
The most films which translate in Ukraine at Russia or Ukrainian.
Oh, Ukrainian. Okay, yeah.
Yes. I can download
Yeah.
a
You
few
can download.
films with English translate, and I understand a little part of all ну, как
The movies?
ну да, yes,
Yeah.
a little.
A little bit, yeah. Okay, good. I was wondering. So,
That's beginner yet,
okay, sure.
but
Yes.
I hope to learn English and to speak fluent. I very want this.
Okay, that's what you want to do. Great. Awesome. All right, well, keep coming to Verbling classes, and you will. Okay, Robert, how about for you, Robert? When you watch movies in your country, does it come to, is it in English or is it dubbed into what, you speak Portuguese?
Well, in my case, I like to watch movies, but I like to watch them in English, not in Spanish, because for me Spanish is boring. Because I am Costa Rican and I use Spanish all time.
Yeah. Okay, you're Costa Rican. Okay, so where do you get to watch movies that are in English? Do you watch them on the internet or go to the cinema?
Neither or both. because I watch them on my computer.
Oh, okay.
I just put the CD on my computer and start looking at them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Great. And Even, what about you? What do you watch movies in? What language do you watch movies in?
I like more to watch it in English, but if I stay alone, I can try it in English. But with my wife, she doesn't know English, so I have to watch it in Portuguese, really.
Portuguese. Oh, okay.
But at now,
Yeah.
we hardly go to the cinema. We use constantly internet to watch movies, and always I do it in English, really.
Okay. All right. Good. And Man, how about in Vietnam? When the movie comes to Vietnam, do they put it in English with Vietnamese subtitles, or do they dub it into Vietnamese?
Yes, I very, very love see American movies, and I usually see American movie with subtitle.
Uh-huh.
With subtitles, yes. Sometimes I try to see American movie without subtitle, but I don't know why I cannot understand anything in the movie. Just when I learn English on Weblink, I can understand uh, every every question of teacher. Yes, but when I see movie, I don't know why I cannot understand anything. I think maybe they speak so many slang and idea, right?
Yeah. Well.
And they are speak so fast. Yes, and I can understand.
Yes, that's true. In movies, when you're watching the movies, especially if the movie has a lot of dialogue, so people talking back and forth, um, then you can, sometimes it can be difficult because people, they say things very quickly, and also they don't pronounce the words very carefully. They just, hey, what's going on? Yeah, whatever, So it's kind of hard to understand. But the more you watch it over and over, then you'll get it. So it's just practice and learning. Because ask Hassan, because he's been watching CNN and stuff, and he knows how to speak English better than the English teachers in Iraq. So it's a good way to learn. Just keep practice training.
I never said that.
Yes, you did. You never said it? Well,
I never said I speak English better than teachers.
In Iraq, the ones in Iraq.
I might have said such a thing. Yeah, I get cocky sometimes.
That's okay. It's good to be confident. So good. Okay, so Man, how about you? What do you watch American movies in English, or do they get dubbed into Arabic for you? Which do you prefer?
I prefer to watch it in English.
Yeah. Do you understand the movies if you watch them in English?
Yeah, because if you watch it in Arabic, I think it won't help you, in your language, because you know what the story is talking about. But if you watch it in English and you try like 1 time, 2 times, 3 times,
sure.
Like that's what my teacher told me, and I tried, and I found what she said is true.
Oh, good. Yep, that's how it works. Yep, just like when you're a kid. Yes, a lot of people always are asking me, how can I get better? How can I get better? But it's just time. It just takes time because your ear has to get used to this different sounds, and then your mouth has to make these different movements, and just repeating it over and over. Even children, like my children, they watch some movies 3, 4, 5 times, or some episodes of some TV series. They watch it over and over and over, and it's not because they don't understand the language. It's just still there's every time you watch it, there's little things that you see and learn that you didn't pick up the first time. So that's the same way, especially if the language is different, because you get a lot of clues, people's body language and stuff, but hearing it and really remembering it takes a while. What about you, Julissa? When you watch the movies, are they in Spanish or English or subtitles, or how does it work in Peru?
Yes, you have two options. You can watch them with subtitles or dubbed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dubbed, yeah.
Dubbed.
But what about like if you go to the movie theater? Is it going to be in English or Spanish?
Now I see that most of the movies are being dubbed, to Spanish.
Yeah.
Some years ago, the movies were more subtitles, and I prefer to watch the movies with subtitles because you can listen the original sound. Yes, and you also are trying to, like you said, training your ear. With English. I prefer that. But now, when sometimes I want to see a movie, and I check, it's just dubbed. Yeah, very few that are with subtitles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting because because there's so many movies are American movies, so they are in English. It's interesting because, like, for some people, they don't, speak English, so of course it's probably better for them to watch the movie dubbed, but yet they never really hear those actors' voices. They're other, Spanish-speaking actors or something. So I remember one time I was in Spain, and I went to watch the movie Forrest Gump, and yeah, and I'm muted when I'm typing, so I forget. So yeah, I watched Forrest Gump in Spanish, and it was really funny because it wasn't Tom Hanks' voice, it wasn't his voice, and so I was used to his voice, but then it was some other Spanish-speaking actor, but so it was kind of funny to watch it in Spanish, but it was still a good movie. But yeah. Igor, how about you? What do you watch movies in? Do you watch them in English or what language?
Here in my country, in the movie theaters, yes, movie theaters. Movie are translated in Russian.
Okay.
Because it's cheaper to buy from because they are original. These movies, they're not downloaded from internet and put in movie theaters, but they are original. Buy it from the who produce this, from distributor of these movies.
Distributor, yeah.
Yeah, so they translated in Russian, but with Romanian subtitles.
Oh.
But if they could find cheaper movies with Romanian translation, they would put here in my country. But they, the people who owns these movie theaters, they don't find, I don't know, movies with Romanian translation.
Yeah.
And I do not watch much movie.
You prefer to read, or what do you like to do instead?
I usually work and I usually study English at the moment. But when I watch the movies, I watch in English without subtitles, without any subtitles or without any translation, because I understand all what is going on there and what they're talking about. And if I don't understand something, I stop there that moment and I play again and use the dictionary and I see what words I cannot understand.
Yeah.
So I understand 99% of that movie.
Great. Yeah, you just made me think of something about how wonderful the internet is for language learning, because just think about it, before when, like, I watched Forrest Gump in Spanish in a movie theater, But if I didn't understand something, I couldn't stop the movie. I just had to keep watching the movie, you know. And but now, yeah, you can stop the movie, rewind it, go back, listen again. So that's really kind of amazing. So yeah, that's
It's very strange that I understand all in movies, but I can't express myself correctly. This is my
well,
how to
that's
say,
not
my
true.
problem.
That's not really
No.
true.
No, I want to express myself like in movies, but I can't at the moment. But
Well,
I understand all 99% from that movie.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's like the next step. So the first part is hearing everything, understanding, and then the more practice you have, then you're going to express yourself better and better. And right now, when you're talking, it sounds great. So it's not true that you can't express yourself correctly. You can, but maybe there are still things you want to learn how to say. Maybe you want to say them quicker or something, you know, whatever you want to do. But
Yeah.
sounds good. Yeah, that's great.
Thank
And
you.
Gassan, how about you? What do you watch movies, or are you just stuck with CNN?
I watch movies, but I used to watch, you know. Now I just watch shows, you know, mostly comedy shows, you know, funny shows.
Like which ones?
Like like Two and a Half Man, Big Bang Theory,
Oh, Big Bang Theory, yeah.
yeah, Two and a Half Man, and you know, the anger management and stuff like that. Though I used to watch Jerry Seinfeld. He was very
He's
It
funny.
was very yeah. So I like this kind of shows mostly, and I follow David Letterman if I can, you know, when I can.
Yeah.
So I watch these shows. I never watch anything if it's not English.
Really?
So everything I watch, yeah. And since my TV broke last year, so I even don't watch the news in Arabic or any other language anymore. So just English.
Yeah.
And though I read, of course, every day in 3 language.
Yeah.
So, but for watching and listening, it's just English. Everything is English.
What is the other language that you use? English, Arabic, and what else?
And Persian.
Oh, in Persian.
Or Farsi, yeah.
Yeah,
I have 2 mother tangos, so those languages are both my mother tango. So it's like, you know, it's easy for me to have them.
Are they similar?
You know, the Persian languages uses the same alphabetic, the Arabic alphabetic, and uses almost 50% of the words, the nouns, and even the you know, the verbs, but they have a different grammar.
Okay.
The problem is they took a word from Arabic, they changed the meaning, so that's confusing. You have one word that has 2 meaning in 2 different languages, and that actually make it more difficult to learn them. To, you know, especially when switching between 2 in the same time, you want to switch between one to another. That could be a little difficult. But like I said, everything I watch is in English, and I always advise everybody, whatever you watch it in English, even if you understand. If you understand half of it, then you are making progress. If you understand nothing, then you have to go for a, you know, easier movie or show or something. If you and if you understand it completely, then it's not that good too. You have to understand half of it, so you make sure you're learning the other half.
Right. Yep. Yeah. That's why it's good to. That's why, like in my reading classes, I'm always trying to pick like a variety of topics, because if I just kept reading pretty easy things, you guys wouldn't learn too much. It might feel fun to read fast and say everything right, but you won't learn as much. So that's why I pick them all kinds of crazy topics and
Yes,
stuff.
I want to add that I download this, you know, this shows. Like the last time I downloaded the whole Breaking Bad. It's like 55. I downloaded it, you know, of course, for free.
Yeah.
So I watched them in 4 days. I had 3 days off, but I had to you know, add another day just to watch the whole 54 episodes in 4 days.
That's called a binge. You were binging on your. I forgot what they say it now. It's
it was really exciting, you know, a teacher Breaking Bad. So I was, you know, I right now I thought about you. You may, you know, break bad anytime.
Oh yeah, isn't that the one where he's a teacher and then he does like crimes or something? Or
Yeah, so if, you know, like no, I thought of if you were probably a chemical teacher, you know, a chemistry teacher, you
Oh.
could have, you know, be rich in a
I could be
few
rich,
days.
yeah, because I could sell drugs or something like that. Yeah.
In Albuquerque.
What could I do with English though? Okay, good. Juan, you joined us. We were just talking about movies, and I was asking the question if you watch movies in English or in your native language or with subtitles, or what do you do?
Thank you. Good night. Yes,
Hi, Juan.
I always try to watch them only in English, but sometimes I need to put the subtitles,
Sure.
the captions.
Yeah.
I put them in Spanish because I think it helps me to learn new words,
Yeah.
but never dubbed, or at least when possible, because I don't know, but in general, it's not the same feeling with
Yeah.
the movie.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And Yada. Yada, when you go, when
Yes,
you
I'm here.
pretty much when in Mexico, if you go to a movie in the theater, isn't it in Spanish?
Well, we have two options, in English or in Spanish.
Oh.
Yes, in English with subtitles
Uh-huh.
or in Spanish. I prefer in English,
Uh-huh.
but in the movie theater is
Yeah.
only with subtitles.
Oh, okay.
But I decide to watch the movies on my laptop
Yeah.
in English without subtitles.
Mhm.
And my son all the time told me, "Mom, what happened with you? Why are you watching the same movie many times?" Because I try to learn the accent,
Yeah.
learn more vocabulary,
Yeah.
expressions.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But in Mexico is the two. We have two options.
Yeah. So, what about on TV in Mexico? Like for the kids, for example, is everything pretty much dubbed in Spanish, or do they have some shows that are still in English?
Just for the eh, when we pay the
Like cable or
um,
something?
TV, pay TV. I don't
Yeah.
know what is the
Well,
in
it could
English.
be oops, it could be cable
Sorry.
TV or satellite TV. Do you know if it's one of
Is
those?
with a cable or
Yeah.
satellite? Yeah,
Satellite?
it's
Yeah.
the both
Yeah. Both of them you pay
ways.
for.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
but we have to pay.
Yes. Yeah.
But in open television is only in Spanish.
Yeah.
Even the movies are in Spanish. It's with dubbing.
Yeah. Dubbed.
Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
Dubbed. Yeah. 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 In the United States, we don't have much opportunity for learning foreign languages, except for in some states we can watch Mexican TV. Well, I think it's actually American TV, but in Spanish. I don't know if it is Univision. Is that from Mexico, or is it?
Yes, it's
Okay.
from Mexico, but we can watch that movie, that
Yeah.
channel just for paying.
Oh, if you pay for it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Here in the
No.
United States, it's on the free channels. So it's one of the free channels because we have so many people who speak Spanish, like especially in California and in some parts of Oregon, Washington, Arizona, different parts, Texas, of course. So Univision is actually pretty popular. And so it's funny because you guys are learning English, and so you're watching a lot of American shows and movies. But the people here, especially who are learning Spanish, they watch a lot of TV in Spanish, and they watch the telenovelas, the soap operas.
Yeah. Yeah, but there are people from different countries on Univision.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's not all. Yeah, it's not all from Mexico. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have lots of different shows. So, yeah.
But there is something funny because I don't like with due respect, I don't like the Spanish the movies when are dubbed
When they are dubbed, yeah.
on Spanish Spanish Castellano, no Latin.
Spain,
no Latin.
yeah, from Spain, yeah.
Spain. Yeah,
Castilian.
I don't like.
It's very strong.
That kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very annoying. But
that's funny.
I think it's the accent from a very special part of Spain. It's not from all. Yeah, they have a very strong accent.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's where they get the actors to dub the movies into Spanish, maybe. Yeah.
So they speak very fast. I have never understand when they're speaking.
Yeah. Well, that makes me wonder for you guys. For example, Gassan, do you ever watch British TV or British comedies or anything like that, or do you prefer American stuff?
Well, I can't find any British things, though. You know, online there is some. If you want to download them, there is some online shows, but not really. You know, for example, I was watching the Gear show, you know, the car show. So the guy, I guess his name is Jeremy, is a little funny. I used to watch it before when I had TV. So, but no, you know, they don't produce much shows. You know, it's not that much.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to find them, and the quality is normally most of the time is not as not as the American quality. You know, it's not exciting as that much. So you know, everybody watch. My brother lives in Sweden. Even they, you know, most of the time broadcast the American shows. So even in Sweden, you know, the Sweden shows are mostly, you know, soap operas. So beside the soap operas, everything is American, even in Sweden.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, well, we Americans like British comedies. Like, I put one here in the chat, Faulty Towers, John Cleese, I think that's his name. He's the main guy. He was he's a funny guy. So maybe some older ones or something. Also, Downton Abbey. That was a really popular series recently here.
Yeah.
That's from
I
Britain.
have heard of Downton Abbey, but I never watched it. You know, I had the intention to maybe download it someday, but I don't. If I, you know, find time.
It's mostly for women, I think. I think a lot of women liked Downton Abbey. I don't know about the men so much.
You know,
it depends. Well, Igor, what about in your country? Where do you guys prefer American or British? Do you ever find British TV shows or movies or anything?
Do you mean population from my country?
No. Like when you're learning English, do you like to listen to British English and find British shows maybe on the internet or something like that? I'm just curious because a lot of people, you know, are learning American English, but there's also a lot of British comedies and things like that.
I do not know what English I learn. What I hear for me is good. I do not concentrate. I'm not concentrated on accent, on any accent. For example, we have here British teachers. I like lesson with them. I understand them very well, but I do not try to speak like them. And I do not try to speak like American people. I do not know. I only want to speak grammar correctly. For me, this is important. But TV, I used to watch, I think, CNN, another channels, American channels. But I know only one channel from British is Sky News that is streamed on the internet. Sky News, Sky TV, I think, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I watched with. It's understandable their language. I can understand what they're talking about, but it's not interesting to watch. I don't know. All the time with you can watch only I don't know, I can watch, for example, 20 minutes CNN, and I'm not interested to watch all day CNN, for example.
News. Yeah. Juan, how about you? Do you care if you listen to American stuff or British stuff, or it's just English? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's just English.
Is it hard to understand British
Yeah.
English for you? Yeah.
Yes.
It's hard for me sometimes.
Yeah, I've noticed that even though we are not native English speakers, if we learn an American English, it's a little bit difficult to understand other English accents like British or this other one, Australian.
Yeah, Australia. Yeah.
The other day I had to make a call for work to Australia, and it was pretty hard to understand the other person, and the other person to understand me. But yes, and they also have a lot of different and interesting idioms.
Yes, yeah, they do. Yeah.
For example, I think they call, well, I don't know if because it's only a word, but they refer to what we refer to gas in the gasoline component.
Yeah.
They make the difference by calling it petrol.
Petrol, yeah.
And I think that they called lightning. They call it torch.
Oh yeah, torch.
Yeah, and there were other ones. It was from a friend. I met her several years ago. She was from England, so when we started talking, she explained all of those.
Right.
But it's difficult to get it.
Yep. Well, that's the same in any language. Just like learning, English speakers learning Spanish or French or some other, Arabic, especially all the different places. Everybody, they're speaking the same language, but they have all kinds of their own words and phrases and idioms and things like that. So, yeah, language is very diverse. Yep.
Yeah, even in American speaking American countries that also speak Spanish, even in Latin America.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
From one country to other, they have different idioms, and also the speed on, for example, Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
They talk a little bit faster than, let's say, us, Costa Rica. So sometimes it's even though it's the same language, difficult to understand to get some words.
Yeah, Julissa, what's the hardest Spanish accent for you to understand, like from another country?
The accent.
Yeah, like for me, for example. So, like if I'm English speaker, but maybe British people, it's hard for me sometimes to understand some of what they're saying. Not all the time, but sometimes. And sometimes New Zealand is easier, and Australian. So which one is hard for you? Because you mentioned the Spanish accent from Spain as being hard.
Yeah, no, I mean that in movies, when they dub the movies to the Spanish from Spain, the accent that they use is very strong.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or compared with the, I think it's the dub from Mexico. I think it's more neutral.
Okay. Yeah, but you can understand it.
Yes, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But they use different. Yeah.
About the accents?
Yeah.
I don't know, but maybe the one from Cuba or Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, huh? Everybody has a different accent. Man, how about you? You live in Saudi Arabia, but you live. There's other countries where they speak Arabic. Is it really different in other countries?
Um, yeah, like for example, in Moroccan, like they speak Arabic, but
Yeah.
it's very different from what I speak. Like they use some words, and if they speak fast, you can't understand them.
Yeah.
Even I'm speak it's my native language, but I can't understand them. I don't know why. It's difficult thing. Always for me for with the Algerian and
Yeah.
Algerian and Moroccan,
Moroccan. Yeah.
in several country. But
Yeah.
like Syria, Lebanon,
Yeah.
what else? Egypt. I
Egypt.
understand what they yeah
Mm. What
what
about
they
in
what
Iraq?
they're saying.
What about from Iraq or?
Uh, from Iraq, I understand quite all.
Mhm. Okay. Even
Yes.
what about you in Brazil? There's lots of different accents from different people in Brazil.
I don't understand it. Can you repeat, please?
Yes. So in Brazil, when people are speaking Portuguese, do they have different accents depending on if they live in the south or the north or in different parts
Okay.
of the country?
Yes. The Brazil is very big, and
Yeah.
the many states we have. So the language suffer much variation in other states. So it's very difficult sometimes to understand what the people say.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what we're talking about here. It's all around the world. What about you, Robert? How are you doing?
Sorry?
Hi.
Hi.
So, do you prefer? Is it easier for you to understand American English or British English?
For me, both are alike, but I prefer British English
Uh-huh.
because it's more clear than American.
Okay. Do you listen to British news or podcasts or something like that, or TV shows?
Yes, and on the internet, I have heard BBC.
Yes, the BBC. Yeah.
Yes, and the, that's why I have heard
Mhm.
in English, like British.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we talk about American
Uh-huh.
movies or programs or etc.,
Yes.
I prefer movies.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, great. And Yada, do you ever listen to the British BBC or newscasts in British English?
Yes, I'm used to listening BBC podcasts, but it's very hard for me understand
Oh,
because the accent is it's difficult. It's hard for me
yeah, it's
when
different. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So I like the accent, but I prefer the American accent.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's more clear for me to understand.
Okay. Well, we just mentioned it a little bit. If you guys were watching the Verbling chat, we were having a little bit of a chat. So if you want to check out some British shows, Mr. Bean is always funny. He doesn't hardly speak, but it's funny. So if you want to watch something funny, watch Mr.
Actually,
Bean.
he never speaks.
I've heard him a couple of times, just a couple. I think in his movies even. He has a couple of movies. They're pretty funny. So, yeah.
Or
Good.
he makes sounds. Like
Yes, he makes funny sounds, and he does funny things with his face a lot, like his body and his face and everything. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks for coming to class, everybody, and speaking. And you guys are doing great. Everybody sounds really good. So, thanks for showing up.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All right.
Lisa.
Thanks,
Take care.
Good night, everybody.